seatbelts. Okay. 13.5 surface areas of prisms and cylinders. And I'm very serious. Do not sit there and doze off or start not paying attention and then ask me to redo it all. I need you to pay attention the first time. Now, ask questions. If you're like, wait. I heard you. Go over that one more time. If you need that, that's fine. Don't sit there being lost. Don't do that. That would make me sad. And I'm pretty sure some of y'all would cry. Because you're going to be that lost. Okay, so we're going over surface areas of prisms and cylinders. Prisms and cylinders. Okay. I don't have any shapes here. I wish I did. But cylinder. A cylinder is like this. It'd be like your Coke cans, stuff like that. You know, Sprite, Dr. Pepper, my favorite. Those would be cylinders, okay? Prisms is pretty much everything else. It's going to be your cube. It's going to be like a, let me see, a triangle thing. Let me. Okay. Here we go. I'll have to probably send him pictures so he gets a visual. So for prism, now you know a prism can be all different kinds of shapes, right? This could be a prism. This could be a prism, right? We can have all different kinds of shapes. Well, for any prism, it's 2 times a big B plus P times H. And I'll explain what those are. Now, the big B is your base, but it's the area of shape. That's what it really is, the area of the shape. For example, if this is the base, it's not just how it sits. It could sit like this, right? If this is the base, what shape is that?
Triangle.
Triangle. So we would do the formula for the area of a triangle. If the base is this, that shape is a rectangle. So we would do the area of a rectangle. So this is the part that's going to change depending on your picture, on your object. It's not, base. What does that mean? Well, that means you're looking for the area of that shape. Your P is the perimeter of the base. So in this case, if the base is a triangle, you're going to find the area of the triangle and the perimeter of the triangle. Perimeter, you just add the 3 sides together. Do y'all see that? And I'm going to put right here. Oh, no, I'm going to put that. Okay, and then H, of course, is your height. That is separate from the area. That's just the height of the actual shape. And I'm going to put a little star here because this is pretty important. People get confused on that all the time, rightly so. You see B and you're like, well, what does that big B stand for?
Oh, why does it have to be a big B?
It just is. It just is.
For H, does it say separate from the area?
Yes. Thank you. Okay. Now I'm going to attempt to draw. We're in 13.5.
Just a rectangle prism.
Whoops. Man, that's pretty good. All right. I want you to attempt to draw that.
I did.
Oh, that's great.
That's good. I'm sorry.
See, this is what I'm talking about. All right. I'm the only one that can be sarcastic. Okay. Try to draw it.
Almost as good as you.
Well, it's way better than my notes from the last couple of years. That is a triangular prism. That's 3 centimeters right there. That's a 3. 4 centimeters. 8 centimeters. 5 centimeters. Okay. Put your pencils down when you're done. So therefore, I know that you're done. And it's okay if you have a funky looking triangular prism. No. We're not talking across the room. Again, that's 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 8, and 5. Okay. So, we're going to find the surface area of this based on the information that we've been given. So, surface area is the formula 2b plus p times h. Now, Joanne, it says 2 times b because there's 2 bases. Here's one and here's one, correct? What shape is that base in? It's a triangle. So raise your hand if you remember the formula for a triangle, the area of a triangle. Michaela?
Area equals 1/2 BH.
Half BH. So notice I've replaced the big B with the area of a triangle. And then I'm rewriting my formula. Taylor.
If you're doing triangle and it's 2 times 1/2, you just use the 2.
Okay, we're going to do it like this, okay? So keep in mind, this right here is the area of triangle. That says area of triangle.
What does SA stand for?
Surface area.
Oh.
We're looking for surface area. Good question. All right. Anyone have questions before I move on? Okay, we're going to continue. So now I'm going to plug in my information. Now, if you remember back when we were doing triangles, the base and the height of the triangle were what two lines? Gabby? Perpendicular lines. So if these two triangles are the same, y'all better be watching. If these two triangles are the same, and you see right here that 90-degree mark, look up here, that 90-degree mark, these are your perpendicular lines. Therefore, these are your perpendicular lines. So then we say times, we can say 3 times 4. Plus, now what's my perimeter? How do I know what my perimeter of either triangle is? Gabby? Okay, so I had 3 as one side, 4 as one side. Emily, what measurement is this side? No. Izzy, what is the measurement of this side right here? How do you know? How do you know it's 5? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, how did you know it's 5? Look right here. These are the exact same triangles. This is one base and that's one base. So if this long line is 5, therefore that is 5 centimeters as well. Do you see that now? And right here, Emily, what would this measurement be? That's right. This would be 3. And what would this one be, Emily? That's right. So they're going to give you clues. You just got to figure it out. Does that make sense now? Okay. So the perimeter is, like Gabby said, you're just going to add up. And you don't have to add up both of them. You just add up one of them. So we're going to have 3 plus 4 plus 5. Y'all see where we got that? If you're not sure where we're getting these numbers, you better speak now, forever hold your peace.
I get it, but I just wish it was colored.
Colored?
That would really help me.
What do you mean?
Like, because it's just lines, and it's hard to, like, see the shape.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not your fault.
Okay. Now, the next thing is height. The height is going to be 8 because we're talking about the height of the entire figure. Height of figure. Height of figure. So the height here is 8. So we're going to multiply it by 8. Now, take a seat back, and try to take it all in. Yes.
So 3, 4 right here next to the 1/2, that's the base and the height?
Of this triangle. You remember to find the area of a triangle is 1/2 times base times height, right? Well, we're looking for the area of either this triangle or this one.
Oh, because of the little square thing that makes
Because
it right.
those are the perpendicular lines. So these two are your base and your height. Okay. So now let's go ahead and solve this. What is 3 times 4 times 1/2 plus, what is 3 plus 4 plus 5? And then we're going to multiply it by 8. So what is 2 times 6 plus, was 12 times 8?
12 times 8.
Thank you.
Oh.
And then 12 plus 96 is 108 centimeters squared because we're still talking about area.
Okay.
That's how you do it. That's how you do a triangular prism.
Oh. So for the other ones, you just not have to do one now.
Yeah, for others, for like a rectangle and everything, you're just inserting whatever the area of that particular shape is. That's the only thing that's different in each one, is you've got to look at your shape, and this right here is the only thing that changes from shape to shape is the area for that big B. Okay? Any other questions? Let's do cylinder. Okay, cylinders is different. It is 2B. In fact, I'm going to draw a line. 2B plus, well, you know what? It's pretty much the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and write that.
Wait.
Is that what it is?
We don't have to use pi.
Hold on. You notice it's the same? However, do we use perimeter in circles?
No.
Therefore, it's really 2B plus 2 pi RH. Because this part right here is circumference.
Doesn't it need a 2? 2 pi r. I thought I had a little 2.
That's not for circumference. And the base, if we're dealing with the cylinder each time, what is the base really going to be? That's right. Area of circle. And we're going to write that later. Because when we're dealing with cylinders, we're not dealing with perimeter, we're actually dealing with circumference. So this is the formula that you basically use. Y'all understand this part right here? Because circumference is the same as perimeter. I'm going to put that right here, perimeter. It's the same thing, but when dealing with circle, we call it circumference. Okay. So, I'm going to draw my cylinder.
Does the radius just say R?
Yes. What does that tell you it is?
The radius.
There you go. Doesn't matter, just draw it with me.
Not yours, mine.
Okay. Y'all have the measurements there? That is 3 inches. That's your what?
Radius.
Radius. And this is going to be your height, correct? That's your 9. The 9 inches, your height. Okay, so for surface area of a cylinder, again, it's 2b plus 2 pi r h. Remember that 2 pi r, that's your circumference. Or you can even say your perimeter. It doesn't matter. This is your area. So let's go ahead and start solving. What is the area of a circle? The formula.
Pi r squared.
There you go. Plus
2 pi.
2 pi r times h. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Step by step. What is pi? What's my radius? And then we start filling in here. 3.14 times my radius times, and Emily, what's my height? Very good. What is 3 squared?
9.
I'm rewriting it. We're going step by step. Now you can sit there with your calculators and you can sit there and figure this out. And yes, I'm letting you use calculators. I would not, I want y'all to learn how to apply this, not how to do the math at this point. Just know how to, what formula to use and area and everything else. So multiply these 2 together, or these 3, and then multiply all of this together, and then we'll add the 2 together. Then don't yell anything out. You do the math, and then I'll write down the answers and see if you get it right. So for this one, it's 56.52 plus 169.56. If you add them together, you'll get 226.08 inches squared. I'm glad you calculated that correctly, Taylor. So really, y'all see where kids can get confused? Because you're taking the formula up here with 2B plus pH, and you're having to apply it to different shapes based on what the shapes are. You got to remember that the big B really is the area of whatever the base is. If it's a circle, then it's the area of a circle, which is pi r squared. If it's a triangle, then we turn the big B into half times B times H. So do you see how that right there takes a lot of like, man, I got to remember what does the big B stand for? And then you got to remember the formula for each base that you're dealing with. That can be challenging. And then each one of the formulas has its P times H. You got to remember, well, perimeter for a straight edged figure, and you're not doing the perimeter of the whole thing, you're doing the perimeter of the base. You're doing perimeter of the base. So you're not doing perimeter of like this long rectangle. You're doing perimeter of the base. I have kids that will sit there and give me perimeter of this thing. No, that's not quite how it works, unfortunately. It's got to be the perimeter of the base. So here, this is our base. And even if this thing was laying on its side, like this, we still look at this being the base. So you're going to find the area for the big B, and for a perimeter, it's the circumference, that part that's all around. Not this thing, but this thing. And then, of course, the height, that H, is the height of the entire figure. So, again, that's why I do my notes the way I do, step by step, so that hopefully y'all get it. Any questions?
My pencil broke and I was looking for another one while you
Do you have all this stuff?
Yeah, but I don't think about it. So
But look, I've got it. Well, I just went over it again then.
yeah, you're talking about
Yeah.
these.
Yeah. I just went over this whole thing just now.
This?
Yeah, just now.
Yeah, but I was looking for a pencil so I didn't hear it.
Okay, but just now, when
Yeah.
you weren't, I was going over it again. So you heard it now. If you missed it the first time, I just said it a second. All right. Any questions? All right. Let's open up your book. Page 565. Number 6. 565. 565. Okay. There I have a weird shaped box. Let's see. I'm going to draw it. Thank you. I'm improving in the years, I'm noticing. Telling you, my pictures in the past. Ooh. Okay.
The top part is very good.
Well, thank you.
It looks like a perfect plan.
Get that drawn, and then we'll get started. Put your pencils down when you're done. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now, your base, I'm going to kind of shade in. Your base is this right here. Okay? That's your base. We're looking for a surface area, and we're dealing with 2b plus p times h. So this time, unlike the other two examples I did, what kind of shape is this bottom end?
A parallelogram.
Okay, it's like a parallelogram, right? A four-sided figure. So what would its big B, what would the formula for that be?
pH.
Very good. No, that's fine. BH, base times height. Because it's a parallelogram. And I have area of para. That's very small. That says area of para. And I want you to write that down so that if you have to go back into your notes, you may say, why? Why did they choose BH here? Because that's area of the parallelogram, which is this right here. Okay? All right. So we have 2 times, Emily, what's my base? Okay. We can say 3. And then the height would be this 5 or this 5? Right here? So this 5 goes with this line right here. And we're doing the area of the parallelogram. So which 5 would we'd be using? Yeah, the one I'm pointing at. Because remember, we're looking for the area of our base, so it's this side times this side. Does that help? They should have put a different number there. And then perimeter. What is the perimeter, Cecilia? How do we figure out perimeter of the base? What are we going to add up? Just 3 and 5? That's this line and this line, but we're looking for the perimeter. This 5 right here? Okay, guys, we're looking for the perimeter of the entire base. So, Cecilia, what numbers, what sides? This one, this one, this one, this one, right? What measurement is this line over here? What measurement is this right here? There you go. That's what we're looking for. Guys, if you need to write a note, perimeter of base. You need to write that down if you don't remember. We're looking for the perimeter of the base. So you need to go in there and sketch in what all the measurements are. So I have 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3 times the height. Izzy, what's the height? That's right. Guys, it's this right here because it's the height of the entire figure. Height of the entire figure. So that's going to be right here, times 5. Okay, so then with your calculators, you can figure that out. This is going to be 30 plus 16 times 5, which is 80, which is 110 meters squared. Hopefully y'all got that.
Oh. When I was doing it, I accidentally put 5.3.
Okay.
And 5 times 3.
So look at it, take it in. Are there any questions? So you see how easy it is to get confused when looking at these. Guys, I'm going to tell you, I was the kid that there are two different types of brains working here. These are like abstract things, okay? Some people can sit there and do algebra all day long, and it makes sense to them. Some people can graph on a Cartesian plane all day long. It makes sense to them. Some people can sit there and look at these three-dimensional figures, and it just makes sense to them. They don't even need a formula. They can sit there and figure it out without anyone telling them. Oh, well, those are, like, so I love looking at the way people's brains work. They can sit there and rationalize without the use of any formula how they can come up with the same answer. I'm the person that needs a formula, and I need it written on my hand or Google. I have trouble memorizing those. I have trouble looking at three-dimensional figures and figuring it out. Tazu, I'll eventually do it. It's not my cup of tea, so I get it. Are there any questions about this? It's really where to get your information, right? All right, I got 2 more for you. Look at 10. Draw it. And put your pencil down. Put your pencil down when you're done drawing it. Everyone got it now? Okay. We're going to pause there. We're going to continue this tomorrow.